And here I am, live a full minute and 20 seconds after pressing the live button. Hi everyone. I have other good news. The other good news is that my capture card is crackling slightly. Thank God. I was actually hoping that we wouldn't have to go a day without crackles. Because that would just be... that would be so shit. Anyway, we begin Yoshi's Ice World. Here we go. Mic sounds bad? You sound like a recording of a recording? Yes! Yes! Yes. No, nothing is different. Hang on, let me see if I can fix this. There's the crackles. Alright guys, hang on, let me see what's going on. Let me tell you something. Life has been hell. Got crackles, we got audio problems. Check, check. Oh, look. Yeah, that's good. That's good. That's good. Check. Check. Check, check. Check, check. What is going on? This doesn't sound normal, right? Like this sounds like shit. Check, check. Why is this happening? Yeah, I know. It sounds like a check. No, it's not the compression. Something else is going on. Check, check. The audio bitrate, it's normal-ish. Is this a little bit better? Or is this still pretty bad? I know the echo is intentional. Echo is totally intentional. Don't worry about the echo. That's me listening. Yeah, I know what you mean. The mic does sound like shit. Check, check. Hey. What the fuck is happening? I just had this yesterday. It was fine. This is the same settings. Nothing has changed. Nothing has changed. Compression is off. Check. Alright. Alright. I guess this is good enough for now. Still really bad. I don't know why this keeps happening. It's like the settings just they're resetting, I guess. Hang on. So, yep. Yeah, I sound like I'm using a Walmart mic. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, it doesn't sound good. It does well, I think what's gonna happen is I'm gonna try to stream this, and we'll see what happens. I'm just so incredibly sick of whatever's happening lately. Between capture card crackles, the capture card not working until I restarted my computer, and physically tried to reseat the thing, a lot of really like annoying stuff has been happening lately, and I'm really sorry. More for me than for you. Like I can, you know, I could just stream, but I don't want to sound like fucking shit. Looks like I might end up actually dropping $130 on my old compressor, because the demo works fine on Windows 10. Hang on, it sounds like low bitrate. Hang on, yes, I know it does sound like low. Hang on a minute, maybe there's a way to fix this. Maybe Adobe Audition reset the bitrate or something. Hang on, guys. Does anyone know how to change the bitrate in Adobe Audition? Is that even a thing that you can do? No. Doesn't look like it, huh? No, I'm not running the software twice. Okay, hang on a second. I'm gonna try something. Tell me how this sounds. Hang on. General settings. I'm sorry that we don't have a real stream right now. How does this sound, guys? This is just the microphone with nothing on it. Is this sound like ass, or is this sound better than it did a minute ago? Worse? You sound distant. Better but quiet. Okay. Check. Check, check. How about this? Check. Now I'm probably way too loud. Yeah, now I'm definitely too loud. What the fuck? Okay. Hang on. Now it's really quiet, and now we have... And now this is what it was before. Check, check. Yeah, it does sound low. The bit rate. What the hell happened to Adobe Audition in between last night and today? Nothing. I didn't even use it. High volume, low quality. Edit preferences. Yeah, I did that. Edit preferences. Hardware. Sample rate. Here, let's try this. This probably won't change anything. This sounds like crap still. Hang on. Check. And now VST host. This sounds like shit too. Huh. This sounds low quality, doesn't it? Everything sounds low quality. I know there's an echo. The echo is intentional. Oh, you know what? I think I know what the problem is. Check. Yep, I knew what the problem was. You Guys, I think I figured it out. This should sound pretty fucking much better, right? You know what it was? There was an update, and my motherboard's, like, onboard sound thing reset its settings. Check, 1, 2. Check. Okay, now I can't hear myself. Okay, wait. Let me try this. Hang on, guys. This is it. Check, 1, 2. Yeah, now this is much better. Give it a little more bass. Actually, I don't want that much more bass. I've become a master at being able to speak while listening to myself speak. This is not a skill that anyone should have to acquire. I know about the echo. Alright, now I'm a little loud. Let me just fix that a bit. And do this. Now let me check. Check! That's still a little loud, sorry. I'll try not to get loud tonight. But this is as good as it's gonna get. Wow. Vinny, there's echo! Alright, let me explain what happened. For anyone that cares. Then we'll be playing some video games. The good news is, I figured it out. The bad news is, my sound blaster, my fucking vagina blaster, crystal voice it's got a setting called crystal voice. Let me show you how cool this is. Check this out. You wanna see cool? Oh, you can't even see it. It doesn't even capture in fucking XSplit. Anyway, it had noise reduction on. It just went to noise reduction, and noise reduction reduced the quality of it all the way down. Here, check this out. You want to hear an emo? This is emo. I don't know what that even means. Here.
What's this one? I'm now a dwarf.
What?
What is this shit? Why do I need these settings?
I don't like this. I very much
don't like this.
Scrappy kid. Hey, Vinny, this is my new voice. You can't. I'm only 8. Yeah, motherfucker. I'm gonna destroy you with Counter-Strike. Your mom's a whore. Yeah, I got skins. I fucking no skins all day,
motherfucker. Yo, what up? What's this? Oh, an alien infiltrator. Hi, everyone. Why is this an alien infiltrator? What the fuck? This one's called Elderly.
Hi. Apparently I'm not old. This is me as an elderly person. This is what I'll be sounding like in 25 years. So I'll just do this, you know, my voices are gonna be all this.
This one's a munchkin. What does this one sound like? Munchkin? Yep, don't like that one. Marine. Guys,
I'm gonna sound like a space marine now. Yo, motherfucker, I'm gonna no-scope you in Counter-Strike. Orc. Okay, this is an orc. Listen, you guys, I just want to have some good time in Counter-Strike. You never treat me with respect.
Okay, this one's a robot. The distant future. Oh my god, why do I need any of this shit? Here, alright, last one is Demon. Here it is, this is the big finale.
Demon. I don't know what I sound like, I'm gonna find out, ready? Oh shit. Well, you know, Stan, everything's just shitty. And that's the key to it is just finding why everything is shitty. Oh wait, no, we got one more. It's called
Unstable. Alright, I'm unstable. Hey, motherfucker! My cat ratio is the top shit! I'm amazing at Counter-Strike! I'll fuck you up! I'll no-scope you! I'll turn around! I'll get those skins, motherfucker! Gonna get a rare knife from an unboxing! Gee, I don't know, Rick! Gee, I don't know, Rick!
Well, now that we've done that... Oh, good, I sound like a normal human being. Oh, thank you, God. Thank you, God, that this was fixable. This isn't a program. This is actually... This comes with my sound pussy blaster, which came with my motherboard, right? And that is my sound program. And the reason I sounded like I was coming through an AM radio that was placed inside Fabio's fucking asshole is because it was trying to do a silence detection. And for some reason, silence detection on Sound Pussy Blaster means, you know, destroy the fucking quality of the microphone 100%. So that's cool. I had a good time with that. Oh man, I'm gonna tell Vappy to edit all of that out. That was an exclusive live thing, just for you guys. Thank you, Vappy. You are a fucking amazing person for editing out all this bullshit. And the people that are watching on Full Sauce, don't worry about it. Nothing weird happened at all. Absolutely nothing of consequence happened. I definitely didn't struggle with my audio for 15 minutes. I didn't go on a fucking tirade about how everything in my technical existence right now is complete shit. Nah, man. Nah, everything's good. I knew you were hiding there, you son of a bitch. And then, like I said, it was great because my capture card didn't work today either. And I had to, like, try 1,000 things, and then finally the solution was just to restart the computer again. Even though I had done that previously. Listen. My experience with Windows 10 has generally been pretty good. But I'm starting to suspect that some of these problems I'm having are directly related to me now having Windows 10. And that's no bueno. I fucked this up. Guys, I fucked it up. Well, some of it's motherboard related. I know for a fact at this point now that some of it's motherboard related. Some of it's incompatibility. But, yeah. The question is, do I, now that I'm here, do I wish to go back? You know? Here's my honest reasoning. I'm not a fan of Windows 10 for the fact that it's a newer OS and there's problems that I'm having, right? However, Windows 7 was, like, you know, I know it's stable, I know it's a good OS, but it's like, you know, 5 years ago, 6 years ago? It's like, I almost feel like now that I've adapted to this, I may as well continue staying with this so that I can take advantage of future updates that involve Windows 10. Is this poor reasoning? I know there are people who be like, Windows 10 sucks, Vinny, you suck. Like Windows 10, why do you have it, asshole? That said, I'm just looking at this from, you know, a practical perspective. So, it's hard to know what to do. Oh no, I missed the skein. Well, the one good thing about Elgato is that they've contacted me, and that they want me to tell them how things are going. Oh, I guess we'll never get that skein. Of wool. It's called a skein. It unlocks skins. Sometimes you rip the skein. I wonder if I could go in. You know what? At this point, I may as well just fucking speed through the level, because I've already missed so much. In other words, I've missed the one thing that I like to collect. So, never mind this. Just gotta... How the fuck am I gonna defeat that piranha plant? Oh, I know how to defeat piranha plant. I'm an idiot. No, I don't want to say I had technical problems with my old system. Like, I don't want to say I had too many, rather, because I had some. But, generally, I feel like when I built my last computer in late 2012, I feel like I managed to avoid quite as many problems. Like, this has been the most I've had. You know, it's getting better. It's mainly just the capture card now. Now that I figured out what was causing that audio issue, I'll always know what to look for. So I'll never be caught without my, you know, with my pants down. I'll never be caught with my pants down again, in that sense. But, yeah. Oh, goodbye, flower. Dead. You are now dead, Yoshi. Also, I want to apologize for streaming so goddamn late. I had a pretty long day today. I was in the studio today, and then a few of my friends went to this trash bar just to meet up. And you know you're in a good bar when there's a combined total of 6 people in the entire bar for 3 hours. Including the bartender. Anyway, I was there for a little bit, and I think I had... Oh god, what did I drink? I drank 1 shot and 1 beer. So, that wasn't even really a thing for me. It was just more of a social thing. I had a Miller High Life, which is called the champagne of beer. Meanwhile, for me, it tastes like the piss of piss. But then again, most beers taste like that to me. So that was my day. It sleeted outside, so I got skeeted on by the weather. And it was really cold. Finally, we're getting cold weather. New York was very strange. I don't know if any, anyone else had a particularly warm Christmas, but we had a really, really fucking warm Christmas. It was like 67, 68 degrees at one point. Anyway, today was like a particularly cold day. And, it just started. It didn't quite snow. We didn't get snow. It was like a rainy, hard rain. If that makes sense. Like, it wasn't hard. It wasn't raining hard, but it was like sleet-ish. It was as cold. You know what? It's funny because I didn't put my heat on. And I'm kind of feeling the cold right now, and looking at this level is making me colder. But for some reason, I'm totally okay with it. I don't know why. It's like kind of cool. I've embraced the winter, guys. It happened. I finally did it. Oh, that's cool. Look how cool this is. Holy shit. Some nice ice graphics. But yeah, me and Mike, while Joe was mixing in the studio, Mike showed me calisthenics. He showed me a few stretches, because you remember yesterday, if you were here yesterday, you'll have noticed that I was dead. So I have some explaining to do about what happened. So my back is fine. I coughed last night and my back hurt a little bit more, but generally wow. Of all the places to not hit it over, I just didn't have to hit it over that. God damn it. So, yeah, we were doing stretches for like a good half hour, and my back is completely fine. I feel great. And he showed me like a few of these stretches, because my back, while I was streaming, I noticed it started hurting, and then I stood up, and it was even worse. I really want to see what was in that present. So, unfortunately, I'm gonna have to take the coward's way out, as they call it. I don't know who they is, but they. So, yeah, I feel good. Back is fine. It was more of a tight muscle. I think I just sat on it wrong for the long amount of time. I kind of was sitting in like a fucked up way. But again, I'll be doing some stretches. You know, I'm like a fucking athlete now, a stream athlete. I have to stretch before I stream. Oh, it's just a flower. Alright, fine, I'll get a flower. My internet was to blame. But only somewhat. Last night was weird, because I had perfect up and down speed. And then I noticed later on at night, when I tried sending the files to Vappy, my up speed went way down. So I'm thinking it was a combination of Twitch shitting the bed, and my upload speed also shitting the bed. So that's why I had to leave and cut the stream a little bit short, it seems. Well, that was cool. Do I work out or exercise? No, I don't. I should. I did for a little while. And, I used to be very athletic when I was younger. But I should start doing some stuff like push-ups, sit-ups, squats, stretching. Even just to keep a little active. Usually I go for very, very long, few mile long walks during the summer. That's my thing. I like to do that. I like to walk at a fast pace. That's how I keep somewhat fit. But in the winter, you know, I don't have a treadmill, and I don't know. There's an inherent laziness in the winter. I'm just like, yeah, I'm not gonna do that. But, yeah, so internet was fucked. Back is no longer fucked. What else? There was something else. I guess that's about it. Music is going well. No complaints there. I've been working on a track at home, and it's been great. I'm excited. Joe liked it. I showed him today. And, oh. Currently mixing our ballad of the album. And, it sounds... we got like a 60s vibe to it. If you know the Beach Boys' Good Vibrations, that organ sound, we managed to replicate it somewhat. You fuck! And we got, well, not replica, we got something of a facsimile using my synthesizer, and it was awesome. So, what I thought was gonna be the most run-of-the-mill song on the album has now become, for me, one of my favorites. And I, again, just can't wait for you guys to hear it. Well, those that, you know, are interested. Otherwise, you know, you don't have to hear anything, really. You don't even have to listen to me stream if you don't want to. That's, you know, that's a choice. Why would you make that choice? God. This stream is crackles, audio problems, and narcissism. Welcome to Vinesauce. Oh, and sometimes me trying to get some hot 50 cal Barrett gun dick in video games. Okay, I'm not trying to get any of that right now. I just need... there we go. Nice. Oh, and B-Sex, yep. Don't forget about that. You know, I'm in the studio today, guys. Meaning some of you, very specifically. And Mike says to me, he goes, so, you know, he's looking at me quizzically. You have to see his face. There's a look of disgust, but also of curiosity. And he turns to me and he says, what's this about you fucking bees? Just like that. And I said, why do you know about that? like it's something that I have to hide, you know? And, oh, well, there goes my opportunity to get that. Oh, cool. Yeah, throw me into the mouth. Yeah, in the mouth, yeah! Yeah! So I think someone tweeted him and told him about it, and we had a big laugh about it. I had to explain more than Mike. See, Joe, the dude who's producing our album, who's become a very, very good friend, love him to death. He is a little older, right? And he's not too hip to fuck bees, or he's not as hip on the internet as we are, right? Like, cause he kind of spends his day in the studio. Definitely one of the coolest dudes I've ever met. Definitely the youngest 40-year-old you'll ever meet. But he doesn't know about fucking bees. You know, he knows what I do for the stream. His sense of humor is amazing, so he gets it. Like, you know, he's watched a little bit here and there. But explaining to him what fucking bees was all about was probably one of my strangest moments in the past, I don't know, 2 days at least. At least 2 days. Alright, the Jacobs. We gotta find this last flower. What could it be? I get this suspicion it's down here, but I don't know for a fact. Nope, can't go down that way. Not that I really care too much about flowers in this game, but... Also, again, someone... there are people who think I hate Nintendo at the moment, which is bizarre. That's a very bizarre role reversal. But I just want to assure you guys that I do like Nintendo's games quite a bit. I may not like their policies department, but I do like their games a lot. So, you have my word. I in fact not someone that hates Nintendo games. It's like, wow. That's like someone saying, you know what, Vinny, you like rap too much. You really need to start listening to more rock, because you don't listen to enough rock. And you just rap all day about rap and Biggie. It's like, why Biggie of all the rappers? Like, that shows you how much I do know about rap. He's the last, like, if Biggie is the first rapper that comes to mind, you can tell how out of the fucking hip-hop game I really am. Yeah, who them new rappers? 50 Cent? Isn't he new? Yeah. Yeah, door. Yeah, can't go in.
Yeah. What is this? Explain. How do you want me to get in there?
Can I push? Oh. You know, I actually can't freeze him. I have to kind of maneuver this around him. That's pretty interesting. I thought maybe you had to freeze the— oh, fuck off, Shy Guy. Just because you're beautiful doesn't mean that you don't deserve to be shot in the fucking head, Mr. Shy Guy. Maybe this Sniffit fellow will do that. Okay. How do? I'll cut your fucking Jacobs off. That was my initial idea, to get frozen, but I thought it would damage me. It turns out you do not get damaged when you're frozen. Interesting, okay. Cool. Also, I like these, I guess, tablecloth ornaments. What would you call these? Tablecloth things? You put them, like, under plates? That's probably a name for them that I would not be aware of. Still missing a flower, but whatever. Doilies? Oh, doily rules? What is that? D-O-I-L-I-E-S. Doilies. Don't you doily to me. Table lingerie. I like that one better. Table lingerie. Fart. Good good message from the Miiverse. Fart. Alright, so I have to be a huge fucking nerd, and I have to tell you something that I've been reading that I've enjoyed very much. So I got some gifts, some Star Wars related gifts this year, including a few little titanium figurines. I got mostly clothes, but I got a few things from family that knows how much of a fucking nerd I am. And I got that Star Wars visual dictionary, which is really good, The Force Awakens. Also, I have something to show you guys. I'm gonna take a picture of it real quick, because while I talk, I'll take a picture of something that someone sent me that I think is just amazing. Okay, hang on. So, I also got this book called... It's a Han Solo book. It is called Smuggler's Run, I think. And it's like a Han Solo and Chewbacca story. And it's a pretty, like, smallish book. It's nothing too substantial. But, the webcam does not work. Sorry, I have not installed it. So, I'm just gonna take a picture and put it, on the screen in a second. Hang on. It is canon. It is canon. It takes place immediately after A New Hope. And I read it. It's a new book, so it's not, you know, it's not something that you may have read when you were younger, whoever just said that. But it's pretty good. It's a lot of fun. Han Solo's not the most complex character to write for, but this author, I think, nailed it. And, again, showing how much of a fucking Star Wars nerd I really am. But I really am enjoying it. And the reading is going very quick. It's like I'm on chapter, like, 5, and I started today. So. All smugglers will be tossed. Okay, listen, I have to ask. Please, okay, while I'm uploading this picture, in order, from best to worst, left to right, your favorite Star Wars movies. Here's my order. 5, 4, 7, 6, 3, 2, 1. That's my order. Empire, A New Hope, Force Awakens, and Jedi are very close. I love Jedi, but I'm liking Force Awakens a little tiny bit more at the moment. And that could change at any time. And then 3, 2, 1. I see a lot of similar orders. Okay, while you're doing that, and you're thinking about... Now I'm, again, kind of just got something to upload real quick. And then I'll resume Yoshi's Woolly World. You guys are gonna like this, it's really cool. How do I send this? Right, I gotta send it that way. I tend to do things slower while I'm streaming, because it's like, I forget what things to do. Here we go, got it. Okay. Here we go. I'll show you guys. I got sent a little chomp. One of my Yoshi's Woolly World streams, I talked about how I would very much like one of those wool chomps. And, well, Brinna G, I don't know her chat name, she sent one to my P.O. box. And it is really cool. I love it. Let me show you. It's one of my better Christmas presents from you guys. And there it is on the right. That's all handmade. And on the left is a dog made by Rachel B. I don't know her chat. I used to know the chat name, but she's the one who makes the plush stuff for the charity stream. The plush vine shrooms, right? And that dog is actually called Botch Job. And the reason it's called Botch Job is because I said that I would like a dog named Botch Job one day. And I said it during a stream a while back, and she took it upon herself to knit me a little dog, a little vine dog named Botch Job. And it actually has 2 stylus holders for the 3DS, and on the back, he's got 2 pouches for 3DS games. And he's got a magnet in his left paw for... I could put things in his left paw. I'm not sure what yet. Maybe like a little knife? Like, it can make him like a little murderer? So, like a knife? Okay, how about this? A toe knife. I can give him a toe knife so that he can botch job his toes while he's, like, cutting his toes, his toenails. Just be sure not to put any video games near the magnet. That's what I've learned. It's a botch job! Sorry about the loud. I forgot. No, not a nail trimmer, a toe knife. You should watch Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Danny DeVito has a toe knife. He uses a steak knife to cut his toenails. Oh, this is interesting. Eh? Fuck you, arrows. I defy you. I also got a few other things from people. I got, just today, actually, I got a Monty Python's Flying Circus complete and annotated all the bits book. It's like a fucking 900-page book. And it's huge. I got it from Scarlet Tears. Thank you. That was awesome. I got a Get Swifty shirt from Ponka. I got... I'm forgetting stuff. I think I'm forgetting a few things. Jeez. Yeah, I just got some great stuff from you guys. Some homemade stuff and various other things. I usually tell you when I get stuff, but I forgot. If there's more, I'll be sure to tell you next stream. Oh yeah, and the B-movie stuff, which I now have the B-movie Wii game, which I guess I have to stream, for obvious reasons. So, yeah, soon, my friends, soon. Okay, so whoever asked about my P.O. Box, I just prefer you email me first and let me know generally what you want to send me. So, if you know how to find my email, it's just vinesauce.com, go to the contact page, and, you know, if you want to send me a shitty game or whatever, just let me know which one, so you don't waste your money. Same thing with buying me Steam games. I always ask that people ask first, because I don't want them to waste their money on something I never play. Or something that I have already, you know. So for the P.O. Box, you know, just email me, and if you really want to send me something, and if it's not something that's too crazy expensive, usually I say yes, and I'll just, I'll give you the dimensions of the P.O. Box and the address. So... the B movie game. My god. And then I got the B party poppers. I guess they're called party I don't know. You blow into them and they extend. I don't know, what is that called? It's a thing. It's a blow thing. You blow into it, guys, I swear. I swear it's not weird. It's what? It's normal. When you blow onto the B thing and it gets long, I swear it's normal. Oh, fuck. More rumors will be perpetuated. I have no neck. I have small hands. I fuck bees. No, really, just keep them going. You know, as many as you need to. It's fine. To be fair, I have read some very strange things that you guys have made rumors of on Twitter. It's been a fucking... It's been a journey and a half. Right? The spider dungeon, right? I have this... The spider dungeon's not a rumor, that's real. There we go. Oh shit, no, carpet. I'm not really a big fan of this carpet. I actually kind of feel like this is a weaker level so far. Neat idea, but the, I don't know, the carpet's kind of making me a little bit... It's slowing the pace down a little too much for my liking. Oh god, don't go through him. It's weird, every now and then I'll see, like, you know, someone say that I don't like a game that I like. And that's pretty... I don't know where people get things like that from. Every now and then something weird like that. It's not like a huge deal by any means, but it's a little weird. People presume, or if I'm not around, sometimes people like go in the chat and say, "Oh, Vinny's sick today." I'm like, "Huh? Wait, really?" Okay, someone wants to know what the spider dungeon is. I'll tell you in a second. First of all, how do I... Oh, maybe I'm not supposed to get into that pipe. Maybe that's the exit. I need a smaller carpet. Y'all got any smaller carpets? Oh, here's a small carpet. Oh, look at that. It's a tiny carpet. It is adorable. It is an adorable carpet. And I love it. Nice. Alright, spider room. Let me explain the spider room. Because I should probably... There are people who want to know what the spider dungeon is. Let me tell you, my chillins. Gather around the vine fire and let me explain you a thing. Alright. There's a room that exists. Now, I've told you before, I am a basement dweller by choice. Because when Hurricane Irene came around, not Sandy, Irene, you know, many places throughout New York City got fucked up. And my basement flooded. To be fair, any old little rainstorm flooded my basement. And even if it was not, you know what, if it was like slightly, it had a little bit of intensity, it could pose a problem. So, you know, a few years ago that happens, basement gets flooded, basement gets completely redone with some insurance money and also with, you know, my own money and family money. And it is now the best, coziest, most cool part of the house. And it's got all my stuff down here. I really like it down here. Now, I do own the house I live in. So, you know, it's just where I choose to stay. And I like it a lot. So, one weird side effect, well, there's a few weird side effects, like the water pressure is down here. So people want to check the water pressure. I have to have, like, strange men, like, entering into my house at, you know, hours that I'm usually sleeping to check water pressure. It's very strange. Not a fan of that. Also, if electricity goes out, all that is down here, so I have to take care of that, even if I'm sleeping. Then there's this room that they did nothing with. It's called the cold room. And this quote-unquote cold room, as we used to call it, is where my grandmother used to store tomatoes and potatoes and various pizza pasta gobbity-ghoul things. Because, it stayed very cold. The room even, you know, it's underground. It's basically like just this bomb shelter of a room. And there's nothing, it's like the ceiling is like very low. It's like a 5-foot clearance, you know, it's shitty. And in this room, there's a little bit of space. I mean, you know, when I smoked, I used to go in there to have a cigarette. But the problem is I started noticing, like, centipedes more and more, and spiders. And that place is basically just, since it's so open to the outside world, the centipedes and spider bros just find their way into this fucking room. And they just they love it in there. So, you might have noticed a piece of tape in that picture that I showed a little while ago. That is me sealing off the door to the water pressure because spiders crawl through there. I know, it's fucking gross. It's the one downside to living down here. Which is why I complain about spiders and stuff, right? Because it's real. Oh, come on, eat a dick. So, you know, when I stopped smoking, even before that, actually, that fucking room just was becoming a liability, and there's nothing in there. There's just, you know, a pump for in case there's more flooding. And, I don't store anything in there. So, I call it my spider dungeon, because it looks like a fucking Fallout. It looks like Fallout. It looks like a shitty old burnt down building in Fallout. Like something that got destroyed by the nuke. And it is where the spiders live, and the centipedes live as well, and they fight, they rage wars. During the summer, specifically. Spring and summer. They fight. They're locked in eternal battle. Eternal battle! The battle for domination over the spider dungeon. It's where V-Dub lives. I've taped it up. That shit is taped up. I don't want to have anything to do with that fucking room. And since I taped it up, I've noticed a 50% decrease in spider and centipede activity in my house. So, it worked. Meaning I have white masking tape all along the rim of that room. Meaning if I want to get in there, it's gonna be a fucking bitch. So that's the story of the spider dungeon. It's rather boring, if you ask me. What? 50% is not enough, yes I know. Well, 50% is what I've got. David Bowie would not settle for such odds. No, there's still some. You know, in the summer there's like, you know, once every week or two. Sometimes more. I'll fucking see one of those gross house centipedes. You know, spider every so often. It's just, it sucks. That's one of the nature of living down here. If it means anything, I'm actually becoming quite immune to the sight of a gross house centipede. Let's get... Make balls big. Speaking of big balls, rest in peace Lemmy from Motorhead. Was never a huge Motorhead fan, but I like quite a few of their songs, and I think Lemmy was a true badass rock and roll star, and he died today at 70. I thought he was gonna live forever. I really did. Dude survived on a diet of whiskey and cigarettes. And, you know, then vodka. He had to switch to vodka. Because his doctors were like, by the way, this is too much. He was like, well, I'll just drink vodka instead. And, yeah, I mean, gotta say, for his lifestyle, 70 was a pretty fucking ripe old age. But, definitely rest in peace, Lemmy. I hope you've made hell, or wherever it is you went, a little bit more fun. Yoshi fast. Also, the Beatles are now on Spotify. My friend Jackie sent me a message today saying it was kind of amazing. May I read it to you guys? I know many of you do not care about the Beatles or any of the things that I may enjoy. It's only a very small amount, but I'd like to tell you how cool this was. As I'm a big Beatles fan, I don't listen to them all the time anymore. Every now and then, you know, but they're a great album band to listen to full albums, right? Because that's the thing about an album. They sequence the albums to kind of take you on a specific journey, if you want to call it that. That sounds like hippie shit. Yo, it's a journey, man. But no, it's true. Like Abbey Road, Sgt. Pepper, you want to listen all the way through. I like that. I love full albums. I enjoy that more than just listening to one song. So she writes, since the Beatles are now streaming on Spotify, this is the first time I've ever listened to Abbey Road as intended straight through. I was listening to I Want You and letting myself get lost in my head with a shit ton of dark thoughts, because obviously that's how the end of the song makes you feel. And as soon as it was over, the next track is Here Comes the Sun. It fucking blew my mind how fast my mind tried to lift me to the lighter side of things. All this while I'm cleaning. It mind fucked me, but in a fantastic Beatle way. And then followed up by Because. This album is amazing. I said that's why they're the best. I said definitely worth listening to them as a full album band. Check out Sgt. Pepper in full. After hearing these songs all my life, of course I know they're great, but hearing them like this is taking it to a whole other level. It's like I'm listening to them for the first time. This is something I've never experienced. I said, and that's why I want to make albums. And then I told her to listen to Revolver, because that's my favorite. Who would have thought? And what was it, like 50 million people? 50 million listens over the past, like, few days? I think was the stat for people listening to the Beatles. It's kind of amazing how this band has really just somehow still managed to show up and stand, I guess, the test of time. And I know a lot of people who, again, are, you know, oh, I know a few songs. I Want to Hold Your Hand. Great. Yeah, Hey Jude. A lot of Nas. Nas. Great. I get it. Beatles are overrated. And then, you know, some of these people have never listened to a full Beatles album, like Revolver or White Album or Sgt. Pepper or Magical Mystery Tour even, which I think is a great album. And it kind of goes to show you, like, they really were a really great band. And it's kind of cool that people are still listening. And Spotify just makes things so much easier. It really is an amazing service. I don't have it yet, but I'm seriously considering it. Then again, I kind of have all of the albums from, like, all of the bands that I listen to, so I would get Spotify just to discover new shit. To make it easy to discover new shit. And probably that would be my main function for it. In terms of Beatles movies, Help and Hard Day's Night specifically is a good one. That one gets my recommendation. But, I would definitely recommend Hard Day's Night over Help. And then I don't really like the rest. Yellow Submarine's fun if you're a kid. Or have a kid. And since we're on Beatle chat, I'd like to... If anyone here is... Oh god. Oh my god, really? Oh, come on, eat a dick. Notice how every time I fucking die in this game, I say eat a dick. What is that? What is that subconscious- oh god, I lived. Holy shit. If you are looking to listen to the Beatles and want an album recommendation, just from a fan, I would say listen to Rubber Soul, Revolver, then Sgt. Pepper. That's a good starting order. Listen to them in full. Those 3 albums. Those are chronological from when the Beatles started getting a little weird to full-blown, like, production craziness. I missed a thing already. Fuck. Alright, whatever. Let's keep going. I think that's a good starting order. You get some hits, but you get a lot of songs you probably haven't heard, and you'll be like, whoa, these sound really good even today. And then Pepper is just a lot of fun. It's just a great album. And then, you know, go anywhere you want from there, if you're into it. Abbey Road is always a great choice, but I don't often recommend Abbey Road to start, because it's kinda like one of those, it's kinda one of those albums that, like, it's better to know the Beatles a bit first before you get into Abbey Road for some reason. I don't know why I feel that way, I just do. I feel like they kind of matured and advanced by then. That was the last album. So, you know, hey, you stream like as much as I do, so you need topics of conversation, and I am definitely happy to talk about the Beatles. So, sorry if anyone's here is not interested at all in Beatle chat, but just, it's one of my hobbies, one of the things I really enjoy, so. Okay, that flower is gonna be a pain in the ass. Okay, come here, flower, I need you. There's also some good solo stuff, but that usually comes a lot later. I think I can get it. There we go. Why? I didn't even fucking need it. I gotta say, this game has good hidden shit. This is one of those games that hides things in plain sight really well, which could be infuriating for some. Kind of infuriates me a little bit when I miss something, and I'm like, okay, I just scoured the whole level, where the fuck is it? You know, the one thing I'm not crazy about is when you have to touch an area to get the item block, the flying item block thing. That maybe isn't something I love very much, like that right there. I don't like that, because I hate missing things because they're invisible. It feels a little cheap. Which is why I'm gonna start buying that power-up that lets you see those. But that said, I like this game. This game works best as a scavenger hunt. If you view it as a scavenger hunt, it's a better game than if you're just like, I want a challenging platformer that is gonna bring me back 20 years. This is a great game, but it's more fun if you're just looking to collect shit. Because there's a lot of shit to collect. I was busy shitting out his friend, and then he comes my way. Yeah, at the bar on the TV was wrestling. There's the, what was it, the Monday night thing? Is it Raw, is it called? I get a kick out of wrestling. I really do. I'm not really a watcher. You know, I don't follow any of it, but when it's on, me and my friends like to kind of make fun of it. But it's self-aware, mostly, which makes it more fun. But, it's just so fun to make fun of some of the, like, Big Show. These fucking guys. Like, Big Show can barely fucking move. And it's just, it's like, the camera zooming in. The camera at these wrestling events just zooms in and out, in and out, in and out. Switch angles. It makes these lame-ass weak hits look so real. And meanwhile, the viewer is getting whiplash, visual whiplash. Because the camera's flipping out and the editing is so insane. Just to make some of these rubbish guys look good. And then fucking, of course, John Cena's fighting tonight, you know. And as soon as he comes on, everyone in the bar loses it. And his name is John Cena versus Alfonso Furienzo! Or whoever the fuck he fought today, I don't know. That's so fucking over. You know what? It's so much less over the top than it used to be in the days of the Iron Sheik. Like, when I look at some of the costumes and, like, the Sheamuses of the world, and, like, John Cena's thing is he wears fucking baggy shorts and baggy shirts. That's his thing. You know, the dude's not dressed up in, like, a full fucking Sheik outfit. Or, like, you know, Hulkamania and Macho Madness, like any of this shit. Things are so tame. Even Undertaker is more tame these days than he used to be. You know, it's not as over the top and as insane as wrestling is. It's nowhere near what it used to be, and it's really still funny to me. But yeah, I couldn't. When I was younger, I had a kind of a thing against wrestling because I never understood. Like, the fighting always looked really fake to me, and I never thought Speedos was a good look. Even when I was a kid, I was like, yep, Speedos just makes you look stupid. We don't need Speedos. And here are these men coming out in the Speedos. You know, oiled up, oily butt men. Just butt men with big butts and big oil. And fucking, you know, just grappling each other's testicles. And I was just like, as a kid, I did not understand the appeal of it at all. My cousins loved it. Some of my friends loved it. I was like, why? And, well, when I got older, I started understanding why people enjoyed it. 'Cause it's fucking stupid. And a lot of fun. So yeah, if it's on while I'm at a bar, it's that's the fun part. But yeah, you'd have a lot of trouble getting me to actually sit down and watch it, you know. I'll tell you a little story. This dude, you know, it's no secret. I grew up kind of in my 20s going to bars. Was never even really a big drinker, which is the weird thing. But, my friends used to go to bars, so I used to go to bars. And this one bar, there was this bouncer. His name was John the Bouncer. Okay, I don't know what his real last name was, but we called him John the Bouncer. And he liked that, so we just called him John the Bouncer. And he was this, German dude, you know, born in America. Like, what you'd expect from a bald, goateed biker dude. Into heavy metal, into chicks with big tits, always talked about big tits. And I would go outside and have a smoke with this guy. You know, and I would kind of more talk to him than a lot of other people, because he was just funny to me. We had good chats. Hated Pink Floyd, though. It's like, I think Pink Floyd fucking sucks! You know, so I would be careful to tell him I was a Floyd fan. But, anyway, we became kind of friends, and the dude was like, you know, and he was older. So he took a liking to me and my friends, so he started inviting us over his house. And he would make us lasagna, and he would put wrestling on. Which is where my interest in wrestling came from. Going over this big fucking burly biker dude's house, wearing an apron, mind you, cooking us lasagna. Come over, no, I'll make you some dinner, I'll make you some fucking lasagna. No, we'll have a beer, we'll have some lasagna. And he was good, he was a good cook. He was great, he was a great cook. And he was such a cool dude, and we used to watch wrestling and fucking laugh and again, for a dude that was such like a stereotypical like scary biker dude who was a bouncer at a bar, he had like a heart of gold. He was like a little fucking pussycat, you know? He loved his little nephew. He used to do everything for that kid. He didn't even have a nephew, I'm lying. No, I'm kidding, he did. And, it's just, you know, it just goes to show you. Yeah, it's the ones you least expect, exactly. Do you know his number, someone says. Here's what you have to do. Call him up, ask him for lasagna. What happened to him? He's still, I don't know, actually. He stopped bouncing there. Sorry, he stopped bouncing there. There was some drama. I'm gonna stop playing this. I'm gonna switch games in a minute. He stopped bouncing, and we lost touch, as you do, over the years. And that's it. Sometimes you just kind of lose touch with people. He probably ended up... He wasn't the type of guy I would call. You know, he would kind of call me, or we would see each other at the bar, and we would make plans, but it was never... You know, I'm already horrible at keeping in touch with people. That's one of my weaknesses in life, is maintaining friendships outside of, you know, my little group, and actually keeping in touch. So yeah, I think he's alive. Yeah. But, you know, I miss the guy. I hope he's doing all right. I hope, you know what? I thought about him a little bit because Lemmy, he was a big Motorhead fan. So rest in peace, Lemmy. I hope one day, John the Bouncer, like I go back to that shitty bar that became a shithole, and I go to the front, and he's there. Like, or if I die and go to heaven, like he's the bouncer at the gates of heaven. That would be so cool, but heaven's not real. So anyway, we're gonna play some Darkest Dungeon. It's late, but I'll play for like 45 minutes. So stick around. We'll take a break. And I will be right back. Sorry for the technical difficulties earlier and yesterday, but hopefully we got some of that sorted now. And now we'll go get angry at Darkest Dungeon. Be right back.